Hello, I'm the Namekian, and welcome to part 10 of my Let's Play of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance for the GameCube. When last we left, our group successfully made it into Gallia, and we got to meet the King Kanangus. And although he was not able to provide us with any aid officially due to the politics of the nation, he did tell us to make our way to Binyan, a nation to the east of sorts, to enlist their aid in recapturing our homeland. However, there is no ship or passable way to get to Binyan from Gallia, so we have to make our way back to the coast of Crimea to get a ship and set sail around the continent to Binyan. On the way, we came across a camp of sorts where there are some captured Crimea prisoners captured by Dan. And since our recruitments or our numbers are pretty low in our mercenary group, we decided to go in and raid the place to see if we can't get some more companions. And that's where we found. Now, this map is something very, very different. You kind of have a sneaky way of doing it, and then you have kind of the all-frontal assault way of doing it. In the middle and harder difficulty settings, you get more XP by doing it sneaky. So that's what I will be showing. Now, no doubt there are better ways online to do this than what I will be showing you. This is kind of, I know what I kind of need to do, but I don't really know what the best way to do it is. You will first see that I started off with fewer players than I needed to. That's to reduce the numbers. Basically, the goal is not to be caught by the enemy, meaning don't be on a space where they can basically get to you. So stay out of the red or something other along that nature. And by doing so, you're going to want to also free the prisoners, making sure that they don't get inside of the enemies once you open the gate, or you're going to be detected as well. Get the chests and move out. Now, the final boss that's in the upper left-hand corner and his two minions you can fight without it alerting everyone else. But if you attempt to fight anyone else, even if it's a one-hit kill, it will alert the guards of your presence, and basically they're going to get a huge number of reinforcements in, and so forth and so forth. So, as we begin, we did get basically 3 new companions in the intro and the ending of the map, of the previous map. We've got Mordecai, which is kind of like your tiger-esque Laguz character. He's a decent enough character, but he can be a bench character. He's strong and fast. However, he doesn't transform right away at the beginning of the map, which kind of makes him a liability to start off with. And really, his stats don't level up to anything overly spectacular. You do get a more cat-like individual called Letha, something like that. Her character is something along the lines of, if you're gonna want to level a goose, she's probably the best one for you. She transforms right off the bat. She has a fairly well increase in stats on her when she actually levels up. So she's definitely probably the best Laguz that you're gonna get if you want to level a Laguz. It's not a requirement or anything. I would suggest leveling at least one from if you're not going to play it as a bench, since there are some situations in which you have to have a Laguz on a map in order to do certain things. But she will be the one of choice that I will be leveling up throughout this playthrough. The last final new character that you got, Volk, a thief, in which at the beginning of this particular map you had the choice of hiring or not. Definitely hire him. He is only one of 2 thieves possible in the game, and the only one that's worth his weight. And you definitely want to have a thief for opening chests and locks and stuff like that. He's not really a... should I say, he doesn't become a very good fighter in this game. He's decent. He can kind of hold his own, but unlike previous games in the series, he's not a tank, or I mean, not necessarily a tank. He's not a invincible, dodging, uber damage character. Even after he levels up, he's just not that great. He's one of those. Yes, you do need him to do stuff. You should hire him, but you know, use him somewhat sparingly. So basically, we made it to our first cage undetected, or cell undetected. Now, if you were to go in here with Oscar, you would get a dialogue. You get a new dialogue option with one of these NPC characters, but it's really not overly critical to do. If you're gonna fight all out, might as well. But it's some backstory, which I guess is kind of nice. But at the end of the day, it's nothing overly important. Basically, the knight in red down below there, when Oscar was a knight, they were kind of like the rivals, I guess. I don't remember if they were in the same fighting group or anything else, but if you choose that knight and Oscar as companions in that buddy or companion system or whatever, you'll hear more of the backstory, but you'll kind of get a little bit more than just a hey, hello, will come with me type of a thing than you would if you talk with Ike or whatever. And after you talk to especially these two, you're going to want to make sure that they don't follow you, obviously. They don't do their own thing, and they stay out of the way of the soldiers. Because although you open the cell and everything else like that, if on the enemy's turn, if they're on the red space, they'll be considered as being detected and all that. So now the reason for Oscar being over there on the left, his job is going to be to kill the main boss of the map, since that's something that you're gonna pretty much want to do, especially for those chests that are there, and so forth. If you spent some time leveling Oscar up, it pretty much wouldn't matter who his companion is that you choose to go and fight the bosses with, because he would technically he would be a pretty good choice against the boss's weapons. I think in the harder difficulty settings, it's bows, it's archers that are there with him and not swordsmen or whatever. But since I did not level him up, he would get slaughtered. I don't even think you could even damage the main boss, let alone kill him. So I did choose. Yeah, I chose a Laguz. Now, either one would be okay. There is an item that you get with the Laguz that you can use that would automatically get them to transform. Um, so you can use the Mordecai if you choose to. I did learn they don't really transform back and forth if they're being rescued or carried by another unit. So that's kind of a plus or minus, if you will. Since this is since Leith is the Lagoos that I choose to level up, she's gonna be the one to take out the main boss. She'll be strong enough to do it. On the harder difficulty settings, I can't remember if they would be outright strong enough on their own, or if you need to give Oscar a little bit more powerful of a weapon or whatever, but like a hammer or something to fight him with. But really, they're, you know, not much to worry about. Yeah. I said the archers and the hard difficulty settings make this a little bit more challenging, but not really all that impossible. Yeah, the Master Seal, that's definitely a drop that you're gonna want. What that item does is any character that's at least level 10 you can use that item and they'll level up to the second tier, which is quite beneficial. And the two characters, the Brum, which we talked to a moment ago, and the Nephany, which we'll be talking to here in a moment, are the only two that you really need to talk to during the map. The knight and the knight you don't have to talk to, as long as he stays alive. He will automatically be recruited at the end of the map, so you don't really have to worry about talking to him. So basically, after the main boss was killed, the need for that extra character that you choose to fight him is now void. So go ahead and exit her out, just so that she's not in any danger of being detected, or just one less unit to worry about. Now, the prisoner that's in that left pane there, or left cell there, I'm not going to free. Saffron, something like that. Basically, he's a big douche, and I don't like him, so I'm not going to rescue him. Unfortunately, regardless if you rescue him or not, he is freed at the end of the map. Kind of a bummer, really. But that's just how it is. Now, if you did not recruit Marcia at the last map, I sure there is a way to do what you need to do without having 3 people. It just makes it infinitely more difficult to accomplish, since you don't really have that many mounted units quite yet. It may require, it would just take longer to do, but it would still be possible, I would imagine. Now, this last prisoner is a bit of a tricky one to release. Basically, that guard that's up there will pretty much cover the entire cell once you open it, and that makes it a bit more of a challenge to get her there, because not only do you have to get Ike there in order to talk, but you have to get Volk there to open the door as well. So it can be a bit of a challenge to do without being detected. And that's pretty much it for the map. It's kind of a neat little change of pace, and I wish there was really a couple more like this in the game. But you do get quite a bit of a boost of bench XP after doing this, so it's well worth it, especially in the harder difficulty settings. And the 2 new characters, I'll get into more in the next segment, but they're well worth the effort also to rescue and talk to. So I will leave it at that, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. God bless.
You